with this piece of paper right here. And it's in French too. So it's about COVID-19. And I said it in a past video, which my camera was upside down or whatever. So it recorded it upside down, so I posted it upside down as well. And anyway, there I was saying, well, just like when they made the cannabis legal somewhat, and they had a piece of paper like this saying how it's legal, where, for who, and when, and so on. And then I was in that video when I was talking about this paper exactly. Why don't they, the way they had done that paper, why don't they make this paper? And I was saying, well, about COVID-19, about like the symptoms, what to look out for, how to prevent from getting it, and so on. And now they have it here in three different things. One's about symptoms, and one's how to prevent from getting it, and the other one is if you have the symptoms, what you should be doing. And I'm happy that that they've done this, and now we're all have one of these in our mailbox, and now we're somewhat educated in it. You can search for it, and they also have it on the country's website. I'm sure they have lots of stuff there, so you can get caught up or lost or whatever in that stuff as well. This is quite simple, direct, and you don't have to go through a bunch of things to try to get the answers for your questions, not for random questions. Okay, anyways, I was gonna share a story with you guys. Now, I had a family member saying, if it's a true story or if it's just a story to express her way of thinking, I don't know. But the reason why I'm sharing with this is to show you the two different ways of thinking, and which is complete opposite. So it was said, like my family member said, there's Mount Everest, and many people have tried to climb it. Many people tried to climb Mount Everest, and they made it about halfway. And many of those ended up freezing and dying on the mountain around the half point. And she was saying there's only one person who made it 25 times to top and back. And then she kept going, and she said, you should not even try to climb that mountain, because you'll be climbing over those who did not make it, and you'll be also one of those who freezes around the halfway mark. So don't even try it. That was not my way of thinking. So my response was, you got that all wrong. Before you try it, go to the person who has climbed it 25 times successfully and has come back and is still living, and he's planning on doing it again. So go to him and say, okay, what do I need to do? Can I climb the next time with you? And can I prepare with you like the way you do it? And everything he does, do it as well. Even if you don't understand it, if it's not necessary, makes no sense, will make no difference, doesn't matter. Do it anyway. If he says do this, do that. I mean, don't do that. Do this. See, because he said do this, so you do this. And if he goes into a freezer to get his body more immune to cold temperature, or how to train, let's say I have some experience in cold weather, and when the cold weather is really cold, sometimes you can't close your fingers. Like if it gets really cold, and you'll need your other hand to try to move it, to try to close your fingers. If it gets to that point, then it almost makes sense to actually try to do things. If it's putting ropes together, trying to tie a knot, or whatever you need to do, you need to be in those conditions to realize how difficult it is and find a way to get it done even though it is in that temperature. So whatever it may be that he's doing to prepare for himself to do the climb, and he will know that, let's say I have never climbed that mountain, which I have never. So for me to do that climb with him, he will know what I have to train for. I might have to do more than what he does because he already got the experience, and he's just sharpening his skills. I am trying to learn it. I have no idea, and I'm trying to learn it. So I might have to do a lot more than what he does. So do whatever he says. Even if he's not doing it, do it anyway. If he says so, do it. And he can be the person who can tell you why, how important it is, and so on, before you even go for the climb. And when you go for the climb together, then you can start realizing, and then, oh, these conditions are more difficult than I even trained in or expected. But he has climbed it so many times, surely he has been in one of those conditions before. He knows what to do. He assists you. He teaches you while the climb is. Once you're to the top and back, then you ask him, can I do the next climb myself, or do you think I'm not ready? And if he says you're ready, then take whatever advice he has got. Remember all that training, remember the climb, all that what you've learned, and go for it. If he says you're not ready, and then say, okay, can I do one more climb with you? Let's see if I can get this right. I have to. And then now you know where you made your mistakes during the first climb. He knows what mistakes you made on the first climb. And then he knows also how well you trained the first time. So now he'll prepare you more so, and you will go give it more of your all in the training as well. And then when you go for the next climb with him, you'll have the improvements. You'll know the mistakes, so you'll do it as he says, right? And then next climb you're done, ask him again, am I ready? And once he believes you're ready, do it yourself. Take all the precautions, do all that what he has taught you, everything, and go for the climb. Next thing you'll know, you'll be the one who did it more than 25 times. You won't be one of those who made it halfway or gave up before you even arrived to the mountain or whatever it may be, or decided, oh, don't try it anyway. Now here, this story I'm sharing with you guys to see my mindset versus someone else's mindset. So the family member mindset, now I'm not saying this to put anybody down, and that's why I'm not saying any names. So the mindset of give up and don't try in the first place is failure. And the mindset, what I've been telling you, that's success. And the same thing with what I'm learning here, with the cold calls and things like that. Same thing. Don't give up. Just keep going at it. And if you get rejected, next. Actually, it might have been yesterday's video. You see my face, I'm sure you did. And I got rejected again and again and again. And I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed getting rejected. It's like, gives me something to work at to get that success. Now, it's not always about hard work. You can work smart. You still want to keep working, though. So it's not about time. It's about uh, success, about achievements and things like that. And just like in cold calls, if there's a rejection, next. That's your thought. You don't dismiss that. You use that as a learning. Okay, uh, and it could be for a variety of things. You don't always know why you're rejected, and that's where practice would come in really handy, I think. So that when you practice with somebody, that they can give you a feedback. Um, but keep an open mind, right? So if you get rejected, maybe he was in the middle of doing something. Maybe he was having lunch, and for some reason or other, he answered his phone because it was ringing, and his food is getting cold as he's talking to you. Uh, Maybe he's just generally not interested, or it can be anything. Just if you're interrupting him or her or whatever, whoever you end up calling, or whatever it may be. Usually, it's because they're clueless. If you want to sell somebody something and they don't know what it is, now, not knowing exactly what it is, it can create interest. But if it's too much oblivious, like clueless, don't have any idea, and they just say no, they don't even know why, right? So, and then you can dismiss it. Not even like you don't even have to look at it as a rejection. You just have to look at it, lack of knowledge. That's it. It'll probably be a yes later on, but don't keep calling that same guy every hour. You know what it is now. Are you ready now? How about now? Right? You don't want to harass somebody or spam somebody or whatever it's called, right? So, but the thing is just next call, next call, next call. Just keep going and enjoy it because it is fun. This phoning people, even you've never talked to them before, you didn't even know they existed, whatever, it doesn't matter. Dial them up, call them, hey, you know. Um, yeah, so I was gonna share you that story. I was gonna show you this thing what came in. Go back. I don't know exactly which video it is, but go back. I did say it, and I do believe it was when I was in the car. The camera was upside down. I do believe that's the one, but I forget what number that was. And I said that. Maybe because I said it, maybe they'd seen it and decided, hey, that's right. That's would be helpful to many people. And even though that um, internet websites and social media and everything has been around for long, most people know. And then I guess scrolling, some people are just less interested in scrolling and even important things like this. There are also some people still not really that well, maybe usually elderly, not picking on any age or anything, but what are not fully into social media or if they do have a smartphone, sometimes they use it very basically, so they still don't know how that all works. And this brochure like this, or this piece of paper, they'll get in the mail, and that's the way they're used to. When it says you got mail, that's usually that's that's even in the past too, but that was meaning that email, right? And that's almost history now. The email is it's more into messaging than emails now. But anyway, that wasn't their thing. Their thing was actual getting paper for mail. You'd get an envelope or you'd get like this, you get flyers or catalogs, whatever. Like, if you don't know what these things are, because it's doesn't exist anymore, and it was from a long time ago, before your time, just Google it. It'll probably let you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Anyway, I'll not do calls on the video today. I wanted to share you this story and the two ways of thinking: the failure of a family member. That's where they think about jobs and security, and I got a lot of opinion on that too. Not saying that there shouldn't be jobs. It's great. Maybe someday I'll have hundreds of people working for me, and that's wonderful. I'm not the guy who wants to be that though. And so I have some family members, they want job security. Well, make sure you have a company what is secure. Now, at these times, what companies exist? Which ones are letting people go because they're downsizing? Whatever may be happening. Where's your job security? If the company goes bankrupt or just sells out or closes its doors or whatever, where's your job security? It's not there. There's no security. So it's a false. If you have the business yourself, you're running it, you're the owner, or you have management running it, whatever, and if it's not working out, you change your management, whatever. There you have more security than just being an employee somewhere. You have no control, and all the control is to someone else. Your supervisor, your manager, the guy who owns the company, people who owns the stocks, whatever. Like, as an employee, it's nothing's in your hands. That doesn't mean you have security just because it's in somebody else's hands. Whose hands are they in? And are they secure? Or are they just winging it and whatever, we'll see what happens tomorrow kind of thing? As long as they're willing to change with the times. And here's one thing I truly believe in. We're in recession right now. Correction. We're in correction. Opportunity. We're in opportunity. Whatever you want to call it. Depends on where you're at, how it's affecting you, and then mostly your mindset. Are you the one who says, oh, many people didn't make it, don't try it, don't even give it a try, it's never going to work, right? For those people, it's a recession right now. As I was saying, what you could do and what will be the successful way and keep going, how to achieve. For those people, it is opportunity, not recession. Big difference. So, I don't think I'll try to get myself fired up and have 3 hours of talking about that, but I got lots of opinions about that. Obviously, it's the opposite way of thinking. And doesn't matter. To me, it matters, and to others, it matters. And what matters to them, that's the direction they go, and what matters to me, that's the direction I go. And we need all professions in all areas and things like that, all kinds of jobs. And if that's what somebody enjoys, maybe they don't want to make the decisions, they just want to do the work, whatever it may be, good. Because everybody being only one profession at one level, the world wouldn't be able to function. We need everybody in their own interests and go those directions. I think people should know what they like or what they want, what they love, what they enjoy, and go that direction. Okay, now what I was getting at, because I keep talking about stuff like that. And I got a huge passion. I got lots to say about that stuff. If everybody agrees with me, that's another story. So what I'm saying is, with this change, what is happening now, we will see, and this is a change, because there's opportunity, because of this correction, makes a lot of opportunity, and it will change the way things all happen now. There'll be more online stuff. More things will be happening through online. And those who do not accept it, who will not change to it, they will find themselves like Blockbusters, out of business. And I do see this to also bring out more AI, also more bots. Like as you see in factories, there's some factories, it's mostly robot arms and different machinery. We call it machines, but it's a lot of robotic stuff happening there. And even with cutting metals, shaping, and different things, there's all kinds of equipment what function robotically. You put the program in, you let it know what you want, what measures and stuff, and it will do it for you. You're not holding, or you're not cutting, or whatever. It's not man labor anymore. And that's going to come in more so. That will be in more businesses. When it comes to sales, they will go to companies who just focus on doing sales. And as time goes on, now you have, like in the past, you always see shops, and then there'll be a small office that built onto the shop. Soon you will see, if you look at a shop, you'll see a shop and there'll be no office, just the shop. And what will the office be? It will be in a skyscraper somewhere, where that whole skyscraper is only business, is doing sales for everyone. It will be offices, and it will be contracted so that the company does not need an office. They don't need to do any of that work. It's being done for them. It's contracted out to professionals who do that. There will be sales teams. There will be copywriters. There will be all that. And that's what's happening now. It's changing to all that. And who is willing to go with the change, hopefully who has started learning already before this started. If has not yet, jump on it. Start learning. Learn funneling, learn copywriting, learn sales, learn all those things. Learn that, because that's where the jobs are going to mostly be in. There'll be still some things, but it'll be a lot of ways that will be filled otherwise. And I do see autonomous driving come in. I don't know exactly when and to what extent. I think it will get eased into. I don't think it will just replace everything. And the slow part will be businesses not ready to change to it. Maybe they will also think of, okay, what am I going to do with the employees, like the drivers I have? They'll be out of work if I go to that. So it will slow down the change. Those who do take that change, they'll find it to be so efficient. Those, what are they called? E-logs. Like when driving, you have to write it all down, or now it's electronically done, and you're considered to only work so and so many hours of driving or things like that, and then you have to have so much time off, considered off duty, or where it's just your time and sleeping and so on, just so that it makes the roads safer and things like that. When autonomous just driving comes in, they'll realize that will cancel out all the enforced laws and things like that, where you have to stop, and then let's say like 10 hours, and if you end up so and so many hours in 1 week, then has to stop for 36 hours or whatever, and things like that. And then when there's no human in that and delivering or driving, that is autonomously driving, then it can go 24 hours. It doesn't, there is no, and then companies will realize, oh, even taxis and truck companies and who knows whatever, probably even trains and things like that, they will all realize, oh, functions way better without people. I know that sounds different, doesn't it? The only mistakes it would have is what's not yet programmed in there and wasn't prepared, or when it's programmed incorrectly, that it's making mistakes. But otherwise, it can, just like all these machines what work in factories and build your car and things like that, how accurate and precise they can become. Same with autonomous driving, same thing. And that's going to be on ground, in the air, everywhere. It'll start off slow, but next thing you know, people won't have a clue how to drive. They don't know what a driver's license is anymore. It will be something else by then already. And hopefully it doesn't become illegal to drive a car. But we'll see where that goes. I don't know if it would. That would probably be many years to come. We'll see how long that takes. Yeah, what I'm saying is the mindset and what is going on now. Yeah, take your precautions. You don't want to become ill. You don't want all that. You don't want your family members to become ill and stuff. So don't touch your face. Don't do that. None of that. Wash your hands, and no coughing in each other's face. Oh, for you guys, no kissing or hugging. Probably mostly meant for strangers. We'll have to save that for the future for doing stuff like that. Yeah, that's all I got to share for you right now, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'm talking about you.